Hey, what's crackin', beautiful creatures? I'm Carl Asami.
I'm Max Cal, and today we're going to be checking out a multi-cart for the Sega Master System.
Our first Sega Master System game.
That's right, Hang On and Astro Warrior. Obviously, we're going to start out with the first game on the top here. Okay. Yeah, so obviously this game is a port of the famous arcade game. And, it's playing a little demo here. I'm just gonna hit start. Let's see, how do I, here we go.
As you can see, we didn't test the game ahead of time to remember the controls here, but...
And already I'm off to a fantastic start.
So this game hit the arcades, what, sometime in 1985, was it? Or...
Yeah, and it was one of the first pseudo 3D games.
Mm-hmm.
So they had really advanced sprite scaling at high frame rate.
Yeah, and very smooth too. High resolution graphics for the time.
Yeah, very technically sound.
Yeah, this would have been in direct competition with the likes of Pole Position. That game and this game would have been kind of the top racers at the time. And they're both really good games. Very, like Max said, very technically sound. They, very smooth sprite scaling. A lot of colors displayed on the screen. Not a very impressive first outing there, Max.
Yeah, I'm not very good at switching gears here. You want to give it a try?
Sure, I'll give it a try. I forgot just how smooth this game runs. It's actually, when you compare it to Road Rash, it's kind of, it holds up really well. I mean, Road Rash on the Sega Genesis runs a lot slower than this does. I mean, obviously there's a lot less going on the screen there, but still, I mean, look how fast things are going.
Yeah. I mean, obviously the arcade version is much more impressive than this, but for an 8-bit conversion, it's not too shabby.
Yeah. And it had a very cool control scheme. It was the first arcade game where you controlled by actually sitting on a fake motorcycle, and you would lean it to the left and the right to control your guy.
I was always terrible at those.
Yeah.
I always would lean too far, and it always hurt my hip.
And there is more to the game than just holding on the accelerator. You do have to shift gears.
Nowhere closer to beating those times.
Nope, definitely not.
Let's give one more try.
I'll give you another try. So yeah, this game was designed by, what's his name? Yu Suzuki?
That's right.
Yeah, who
one and only
is currently developing the new Shenmue game, Shenmue 3, and we're super excited about that.
Yeah.
Oh, I love Shenmue. It's so great to see after all these years they're finally returning to that IP.
Yeah. Unfortunately, Sega at the time was poorly mismanaged, so the game couldn't reach the potential that he wanted it to.
Mm-hmm. Which reminds me, I still need to play through Shenmue 2. As that wasn't released for the Dreamcast in North America. You had to import a European version if you wanted to play it, or the Japanese version.
Yeah. Or get it on the Xbox.
Yeah, and we didn't have an Xbox growing up, so we missed out big time. But I played through the first game multiple times. Great game.
Alright.
I'll give it one more shot. So this game came with a lot of Sega Master Systems in North America, so just about anyone who bought that system back in the day would have had this game in their library. So this was kind of, I mean, like Nintendo, everyone had Mario. For the Sega Master System, everyone had Hang On.
Or Alex Kidd.
Or Alex Kidd, that's right. That was another one of the. I guess that would have been a better game to mention there.
Yeah. Surprisingly, we don't have that in our library just yet.
Yeah, we don't have the biggest Sega Master System library.
We only started last year.
Yeah. And we don't have a Sega Master System. We actually play these games using an adapter that fits into the Sega Genesis, but it's an adapter that does use the original chips that were in the Sega Master System, so it's you're basically playing it on the same hardware. It's quite impressive.
Yeah, it's called the Power Base Converter, and you can get it on Retro Gamers and Backups.
Yep.
Works great.
Are we gonna be able to get past this first course here? Probably not.
Probably not, but I'm gonna try one more time.
Okay.
Because I'm a sucker.
Let's do this.
Yeah, I can already tell I'm not gonna... should look for a manual, or at least learn more about motorcycles.
Yeah.
Our dad had a Kawasaki.
A Kawasaki.
Yeah. Tried to get us into motorcycles, but it was always too chicken.
Yeah. Hey, they get great gas mileage. Maybe I should consider getting one. Ooh.
Yeah, I should probably switch gears when I get to the sharp turns.
Oh, you're on top gear right now.
Oh,
It's really easy to accidentally shift gears since it's controlled by the D-pad. You're pressing up and down.
yeah, I kind of feel like Top Gear should be up, but
Yeah, it's
maybe
reversed. To go up a gear, you're pressing down on the D-pad. It keeps throwing me off.
yeah,
I'm gonna give it one more try. Might as well.
sure. Yeah, I don't think this game had too many sequels. I know there was one on the
Oh, whoops.
on one of the early Sega Mark systems, and then there was the Super Hang-On on the Genesis, which we do have.
Yeah, we'll probably check that out in another video. The name of this game was actually, it's sort of a mistake. In motorcycle racing, there's a term called hang off. And presumably that was what they were going for this game, but I guess they weren't super familiar with motorcycling, so they accidentally called it hang on. But I guess it was, a couple years later that they realized their mistake, but by then the game was so successful it didn't make sense to change the name.
Yeah.
Not the biggest deal. Finally made it.
Now we can see more of this game, which is more of the same, really.
Oh, no.
And I think one of the last times the hang-on, or any mentions of hang-on has ever been seen in any Sega game was probably the Sonic All-Star Racing game.
Ooh.
Ryo Hazuki can actually race on the... He
That's
actually
right.
races on a motorcycle.
I totally
and
forgot
when you
about that.
go over a water track, it turns into an arcade cabinet of hang-on.
Cool little cameo there. That's actually a really cool racing game.
Yeah.
A lot of people overlook it, but it's actually one of my favorite racing games right now.
Yeah, great arcade action.
Yep. Aww.
Yeah, we've never really been too good in these pole position type games.
Yeah, you gotta put quite a few hours into it to really kind of get the hang of it. You gotta listen to the sound effects to know when to shift gears and just memorize the tracks, which we haven't done, but whatever.
So I guess we can just switch over to the other game.
Yeah, let me just hit the reset button here. All right, now we're gonna check out Astro Warrior, a game that was not. This is not a port of an arcade game or anything like that. This was made.
Standalone ship shooter.
Yeah.
Made around the same year as Sega Master System's Hang On. And I can tell you already that there's absolutely nothing special about this game.
It's very forgettable.
But
still a rather technically impressive game. You've got a ton of colors going on the screen, a lot of sprites, and a pretty good soundtrack, actually.
yeah,
I will praise it for its soundtrack.
neat little budget title. 3 levels, and then it repeats.
Yeah, there's no end game in this particular game. You play the same 3 levels over and over again, the same 3 bosses over and over again, and you're basically chasing the high score. It's kind of a souped-up version of Galaga, or something like that. Now, there are some power-ups to collect. I believe there's a set number. I think, like, if you blow up 12 of those blocks, it unlocks a power-up.
Yeah, I think I just got one right now.
Yeah. And I think it maxes out at once you hit 120 blocks and get the power-up for that, there's no more power-ups after that.
Alright, I just got the laser now.
Nice.
Yeah, but even around this time, there were a lot much better shooters coming out around this time. Even years before, Gradius was already out.
Yeah.
And then it would be a little later until Star Soldier would make its appearance on the NES, which has an even more advanced power-up system.
Yeah.
Actually not doing too bad.
Yeah, yeah. Of the two of us, Max is definitely the better ship shooter player, so it's good we're letting him play this.
Yeah.
I probably would have died by now.
I don't think there are any special bombs in this game.
Yeah, from a design perspective, this game's definitely not very ambitious, but it's kind of fun.
Yeah. Yeah, this game would actually get another real release on another double card. It was
Astro Warrior and I think Pit Pot?
yes,
Yeah.
that's the one I was thinking of.
And it had a standalone release as well.
Yeah, I've never played Pit Pot, but it's one of those games where you have to destroy the terrain to eliminate your enemies. Kind of like Dig Dug 2.
Here we've got our first boss.
Yeah, he trapped me in the corner there.
Yep. Very fast projectiles.
Oh shoot, do I have to start over?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, no.
Oh, never mind. Okay.
Okay, it's generous enough. Alright, I just gotta go, but I just have to go and die.
Yeah. This is a game that definitely, when I play it, I feel like the ship should be able to move a little bit faster than it does, especially with how quickly those bullets move.
Yeah. Some of these later games, they give you the ability to switch speeds on the ships, but I don't think you can do it here.
Alright, I'm gonna give this a shot now. We'll see how I do.
Yeah, can you beat my score?
We'll see. And I seem to recall reading that you get a new ship at every 50,000 points, something like that, or 500,000, I'm not sure.
Alright, that you need to collect to get a power-up.
Oh, that thing. Okay, I see it. I see it.
They kind of look... At first I thought they were enemy ships,
yeah.
But once I did a little bit of reading, I was able to make the connections. Of course, there are a lot of space shooters in the 80s. They were kind of...
Yeah, and a game like this would have been a lot more impressive in the late 70s and maybe even 1980, 1982, but By the time this was released, there were definitely a lot better ship shooter options out there. I'm getting pinned. Ah!
I do like how the stars twinkle in the background.
Yeah, it's a nice little effect.
Usually a lot of games don't have this kind of star effects.
And if they do, especially on 8-bit hardware, it usually didn't run this well.
Yeah.
Now, I couldn't find any information online of who made this game. There are no credits. As far as I know, no one's found any names hidden in the game's code, so the developers of this game are currently unknown. If anyone out there knows, I'd love to know who programmed and designed this game.
Hopefully they went on to make bigger games.
And maybe we should have practiced this a little bit more before we made a video, but...
At least you got to the boss.
Yeah. Oh god, I'm gonna get trapped like you if I'm not careful. Ugh. Man, that boss is really aggressive.
I think I want to give one more shot on this thing.
Okay.
I'm feeling kind of confident right now. Though this will probably be the last time.
Yep. Last run, we'll see how it goes. Now, do you prefer this game, or do you prefer Kilo Blaster?
Well, this game is definitely... probably this game, since Kilo Blasters, the enemies are a bit more erratic and random, while these guys are kind of...
a bit more predictable.
Yeah.
And you're not stuck on a static screen for the stages, you're actually moving around. It's a little more interesting.
Yeah.
Kilo Blaster has a lot more stages, admittedly. Definitely dig the soundtrack. I don't know, I know I've beaten the first level before, but I don't recall.
Oh,
ooh, got an option there, nice. So they did take a couple cues from Gradius and Salamander.
Okay, so maybe the power-ups is a bit more intuitive than I realized.
A little more in depth.
Yeah.
And look at that, look at all these sprites. All these colors.
Alright. I should definitely have a chance now.
Yep.
I think it just got a little harder because I got bigger firepower.
Yeah. So the game does scale a little bit depending upon how powered up your ship
Yeah.
is. That's
Like Radius.
yeah, that's pretty cool.
Alright. Yeah.
Nice, nice.
Zanoni.
Really revives Zanoni. We're warping to the next stage.
Right, stage 2. I'm halfway there.
Nice. And you're dead.
Well, to be fair, the laser isn't very good for that part, it seems.
Holy
What the-
cow. This is not a friendly game. And look how slow the ship moves. Like, when you've got enemies moving that quickly,
Wow.
that is ridiculous.
You want to give this stage a try?
No, it's okay.
Alright.
I'm afraid to distract you.
I'm afraid to shoot these crystals. They
Okay.
Yeah, they seem to fall faster once you shoot them.
Yeah,
the first
so
time.
you want to avoid shooting them if possible. Oh my
Oh
gosh.
no!
Ooh. This stage seems a little more obstacle driven.
Alright, one more life. Yeah, it definitely seems like one of those games that kind of encourage you to keep playing a bit more.
Uh-huh. So yeah, that was Astro Warrior and Hang On.
Yeah, surprisingly, I kind of find Astro Warrior the better game of the two simply because I'm good at ship shooters.
Yeah. Yeah, I think in this case I'll give Astro Warrior the edge. As a kid, I probably would have played this a little bit more than Hang On. Although Hang On in the arcades, very, very cool game. When I see it at the arcades, I definitely always get a game in. Not very good at it, but it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, so if you ever wanted to start collecting for the Sega Master System, and this would be a good start to have. You
Yeah,
get two games in one, and
there are a ton of these games floating around out there, so it's not hard to find at all.
Yeah, so that was that. I'm Max Cal,
I'm Carl Asami.
and I'm gonna eat some cornbread.
Sounds good.
Alright.
Thank you for watching. We hope you enjoyed the video. Twin Opinion cares about your opinion, and your participation keeps us alive. So share your comments, hit that like button, and subscribe to the channel. You can also find Twin Opinion on Facebook or visit our website at asamiarrow.com.